Friends, today's fish cake is Alexis von Yates. Now, her husband, Frank David Yates, found this cheeky little minx with his son. He came home, he opened the door, and he saw them both together. The problem is, his son is only 15. Now, this was the DCF trying to make contact with Alexis, but she wouldn't open the door. So police bring in Megan von Rondenstein for questioning. She's going to tell you everything that happened.
But, so when I found out about everything, my husband told me. I was sitting on the couch and he was like, Dave caught Alexis with Tristan. And I looked at him and I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I kept waiting for him to say, I'm joking. I was just joking. And that never came. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, there's no way. And Alexis being my sister-in-law, we were very close for 6 years.
That's how long you've been married, 6 years?
I've been married about 3, but I've been with her brother about 6, but it's been serious. So I mean, it might sound fucked up, but I picked up the phone and called her, and I kind of acted like bestie friends with her, because I'm like, I want to find out what happened. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes when you play that card, I mean, you're a detective, you play that card of, oh, I'm on your side, to kind of see what they say, you know, and I didn't want to come off too judgmental because I didn't want her to close up. And once again, I know it's something wrong, but I'm like, what the fuck happened, you know? Because my husband, he doesn't ever know anything. He doesn't ask questions, which is probably good for him. He's not here right now. But either way, so I called her and I just was like, hey, and she's like, hey, girl. And I'm like, so what happened? Like, she's like, she's saying something about how, like, Dave was working a lot and she's just lonely and how she just, I don't know, like, she just started going into detail about, like, how it all happened and like, I don't remember exactly specifically what she said, but she just said it ended up, like, first she said that she just went down on him. She gave him head. And then I started kind of like, oh, like, joking, like, you know, oh, what did you guys 69 or something? And she's like, oh, well, that kid's ruining my fucking life. That's what she said. And then I was like, well, how did it get to, like, that point, like, you guys doing things? And she's like, well, it just kind of happened, and he's so cute. He reminds me of a little Dave. And so the attraction's already there. He was like Dave, but younger. And he's got game, and he made me so wet, and it was just so much fun, and his dick was so big. It was like Dave. It was weird. Like, it was weird everything she was saying to me. And, like, I'm in the phone, like, trying to process this. This is someone you know forever, and they're telling me that they kid. And then she goes on and says, because Dave and his son and Dave's cousin, they all, like, the genes are strong. They all resemble each other. Yeah. And she made a comment saying that she should have Dave's cousin, because then at least he would have been of age, so it would have been better. That's what she said to me. She said at least it would have been better. She's like, but yeah, this fucking kid's trying to ruin my life and all this shit. And I'm just like, damn, like, that's insane. Yeah. And, like, I ended the phone call and I'm just kind of like, what the fuck do I do with this information? And my husband's like, well, she told you that in confidence. I said, well, she told me she had a kid, like, in confidence. And by the time I figured everything out, like, it was already reported. Everything was already, so, like, I was just like, what the fuck? And he's like, well, she told you that in confidence. And I'm like, but it's not like she told me, if she told me she fucked a 45-year-old, I would have kept that a secret. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I called Dave immediately and I was like, she just told me all this shit and, like, how and all this stuff. Now he had game, his was big and just weird.
How long had it been between when it happened that you're aware of and when you had this conversation?
I think it was several weeks because my husband found out, I think even like a week before before he told me. Cause, when he told me, he's like, I just couldn't hold it any longer. I'm like, well, how long do you know? And he's like, oh, about a week. I guess his dad told him. And then he, you know what I mean? And, like, it just was so weird. And then that was the other thing that caused the issue. Cause then after that, like, after it all sank in, I didn't want to have anything to do with her. And me and her, Mercedes, we were always really good friends, and we were on the group chat together. And she kept texting the group chat. And, like, finally I wrote her separately outside the group chat and said, hey, this is a lot for me to process. Can you please just give me space and give me some time to think about things? Because once again, I'm not trying to be like, fuck you, bitch, get the fuck out of here, because that's the family situation. That's the only thing.
Did she tell Mercedes?
I don't know what she told Mercedes, but I know that she, like, we were all in a group chat together, and I know that Mercedes knew of it, but I don't know what their conversations had to do with.
Do you talk to Mercedes?
Yeah, I talked to Mercedes. We all had kids like at the exact same time. So, and then now she's pregnant and stuff.
Would it make you feel better to know that I do have an appointment to talk with Mercedes?
I know.
Okay.
She told me, because I called her to tell her I was going to come talk to you. And then,
because I understand what kind of position this puts you in.
It's weird.
But I appreciate the fact that you know that there's a child who can't really stand up for themselves.
Yeah. Kid going to try to make a pass on you. He's not. He's a very respectful, he's a teenager. He's going to have those little teenage quirks, whatever, but he's a respectful kid. He's never been weird to me. He's never, approached me awkwardly.
But let's say he did. As a reasonable person.
I'd say, get the fuck away from me, dude. Get the hell, go in your room.
Well, as a reasonable person, if a 15-year-old and a 33-year-old engaged in consensual sexual activity, whose fault would that be?
The adult. 100%.
In our society, if the genders were reversed, they look at it much differently.
Yeah. I was shocked they even gave her bail. If that was a man. And then the fact that she's allowed to be around children, she's been up at my kid's school, it makes me sick. Yeah, to know that she can even be up there. And I completely agree because, like, my father-in-law, her dad keeps going, well, what kid doesn't want to fuck his stepmom? I said, but what stepmom fucks a kiddo? Especially, like, I don't know how much you know about Dave and his son's relationship, but they've just recently reunited a couple of years ago. And my thing is, like, that kid's never had guidance. He's never had a father figure. Then he comes down and he's expecting... he needed that guidance. He didn't need her to take advantage of it and take advantage of his hormones. And then what? Now you ruined his whole... He doesn't have the forethought to think about the consequences. She ruined the relationship with him and his dad. She ruined... He's got siblings by her. Like, you ruined that whole relationship.
Yeah. And that's what makes this so hard for Dave, I'm sure.
God, I can't imagine being Dave.
He's got his son with another woman in D.C., and then their 2 children in common.
Yeah.
And this happening between that other son, it's gotta be...
it's really messed up. And then when I had texted her that thing, like, hey, just leave me alone, please. Like, don't just give me space, basically. She turned around because, I told Dave about the conversation we had about that and the dick is looking at all this weird stuff. I'm not going to keep that from him. It's wrong. And, like, so... After I wrote her, said, please leave me alone, give me space, she wrote back a whole paragraph about, I'm a liar, and that I just fucking lie about everything, and that she didn't like what that kid did to her, and the only thing she did wrong was give in to what he was trying to do. And it was just really weird. Like, and so I told her straight up, I said, you're not about to call me a fucking liar. Like, you do this stuff, you ruin your reputation, but I'm not doing all that. That's not... I'm not going to be a liar, and you're not going to bring me down with you, basically. Like, you did this shit, leave me alone. And how hard is it to leave someone the fuck alone, when they ask you to?
So, I'd like to show you some messages.
Yeah.
And I've already confirmed that the messages that say from Alexis von Yates were sent from her phone.
Okay.
I believe they were sent to you.
Mm-hmm.
These are messages that were sent, I think, not via phone. They were sent on Facebook, I think.
Oh, and I was like, I didn't fuck that kid, you did.
Yes.
That's what I told her.
If you can confirm those messages are the ones that you received. There's a few pages. Obviously, you probably don't want to relive the whole thing, go through it.
Well, to be honest with you, like, when she was writing paragraph after paragraph, I wasn't reading it. I was just like, because this is when she freaking, I'm trying to move forward, please let us do that. You're tarnishing my relationship with my husband. That's why I said, I'm not going to suck that kid's dick. Yeah, I sent that to her. Go fuck yourself. Because, like, she called me.
Did she ever deny when you told her that she had sucked his?
I don't know what she said.
Because her response to that says that you were getting the facts. Let me see.
I might have it in here now.
You're a poor historian. You have just all of the facts fucked up.
I don't think I even read that.
And then she goes into the fact, she's saying she didn't call you a liar.
She did.
She's just saying you have the facts fucked up.
she told me that on the phone. And that, like, she told me what happened on the phone. And that's why she was mad that I told Dave. She was basically saying that she told me that in confidence. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but you don't tell me that in confidence. That's fucking wrong. Like, and Dave deserved to know. Because Dave's a great guy, and he's always been good to her. And she treats him like shit, and then she's going to go and do this. Like, it's just absolutely terrible. And then her dad this was nothing, her freaking dad would kept texting me, telling me that I'm ruining the family, and I did that. And he'd be like, that kid's walking around waving his around, and what do you expect? I said, what the f***? I said, don't ever text me about a kid ever, ever, ever again. And I fucking blocked his ass, because I said, I'm not dealing with that.
That's reasonable.
It is. And I even told him, I said, you know what? I can't understand what you're going through. That's your kid. This is probably weird for you. I said, but until all this is over, I said, you just need to stay away from me because he's way too emotional. Now, I'm surprised you haven't seen messages from him in there, because...
Have you seen my report?
The 7-page letter? The one that's online that the kid wrote? Are you talking about? I've looked it up on the Civite court thing. Like, the details of everything that happened. I read that.
Okay, you read, like, my probable cause affidavit?
I guess that's what it is. It was the interview with the kid and him telling everything that happened and all that. Is that what you mean?
I don't think that generally that should be a matter of public. Was it like
it
there was stuff removed out of it, like names?
No. Tatiana and Kelsey's names weren't. I don't know who they are though, but I'm guessing it's Dave's sisters. I don't know, but no, that shit's online. That's the Vite court.
Do you have that? Can I see it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's right on the internet for everyone to see. I was surprised. I don't think it was fucking wild. My jaw was on the floor reading that shit. It was crazy.
Have you?
No, I haven't. Part of me has always wanted to like reach out to him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it being the situation I am in, God forbid, I'll reach out to him and then my husband's like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's a tough situation.
It is. It makes me sick.
Pulls at your heartstrings for sure.
It does, because that kid deserves someone to fucking stand up for him. And then from what I freaking, like her saying stuff like, that kid ruined my life. He ruined my fucking life and this and that. Like, no, like you ruined his life if anything. Like, because he's going to be psychologically fucked from this, and then you're going to take him to court, and call him a liar. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. How traumatizing for this kid. Never had his dad, then you fucking ruined that relationship. Yeah. Or I'm just pulling it up.
No, that's okay.
But it's just so wrong for me. And then the fact she just walks around like she did nothing wrong. Like, it bothers me, you know? Like...
Yeah. Did she ever tell you she told anybody else about this? Mm-hmm. Obviously, it sounds like, her dad.
I guess her dad fucking knows. But I don't know who else she talked to about it. Mm-hmm. But I know what she told me. And her saying that it was like he was like a little Dave, so the attraction was already... It was just weird. Like, when you pull it up on the Civite court and you click on her name... And you go over here.
The arrest affidavit.
And you click that. Okay. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that is.
Okay.
Right. That doesn't have everything, but that is how.
I don't know if I'm ooh, I had too much, dude. But that kid's not. He's not. I don't think he's lying about anything because she told me the same stuff basically. I mean, she left out the whipped cream part, but it was weird. And the comment about I should have had sex with his cousin because at least he'd be of age.
Did she make that like over the phone or was it over the text?
Phone? It was a phone call.
There was something else I was hoping to ask you for.
Yeah.
There appears to be a lack of messages in the time of the incident and like a month or two afterwards. Mm-hmm. You don't have any text messages between the two of you on her phone. Do you have text messages between the two of you? I don't have any text messages between her and her husband around the time either.
Well, this was the thing where I was like, I just wanted to message you and tell you to leave me alone. This is what she said back, and you can read that if you want to. We were to go right there. Okay. That was like around the time it happened. I think that's the one that you might have. No, you had the Facebook. But this is what started it. Her messaged me on Facebook because I blocked her number. I told her she's fucking gross. And then she even says in there, like, what that kid did to me, all I did was give in to him or something weird. Like, kind of insinuating that he raped her, which is disgusting. She works out every day. That kid's a fucking toothpick. He couldn't rape anybody. Disgusting.
She says she's truly disgusted with it here. Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she kind of like half-ass sideways admits it. And that's when I got mad. And I screenshotted that shit today. I said, look at her fucking trying to lie. You know?
Do you mind if I got a screen capture of these messages?
I don't mind at all.
Starting around the time of July 22nd, going till present. Is that okay?
I guess so. I don't know what else is in there, but
okay.
You can go ahead and read it. I don't give a shit. I think at one point when I first didn't believe it, I had went to page and like screenshotted something and I was like, do you think this is about you? You know? Like, but then it like was setting in. I was like, dude, this shit really fucking happened. So I mean that screenshot doesn't look good on my part, but to be honest with you, I was in shock.
Everybody responds initially and then they right.
Yeah.
You had a conversation with her, it's reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make anybody look any way other than what just the facts and circumstances.
No, I know. I just know that like I just feel like I was in shock and I feel like I didn't want to believe it, like I've known her for so long, you wouldn't think. But I don't mind if you
what I'd like to do is I'll click on her contact, start the screen recording to show who you're speaking with, and then I'll go back and I'll just scroll down and we'll just take one screen record video of it.
That's okay.
And then I'll have you airdrop it.
Whatever you want to do. I have screen record on my phone.
Is it on here?
It should be. I don't know. Oh, does iPhone have its own screen record thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I downloaded a separate app, but I don't know if you have to use iPhone on it, but you can go ahead and put it on there. I don't mind at all.
You don't mind if I
don't mind. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to find it.
I just am, honestly, this was a relief to get this over with because I feel so bad for that kid. I really do. And I know that whatever, like.
I guess I can just turn on your screen record thing. Let's see.
The app? Doesn't have the app button unless you want to. Whatever you need to do is.
You know what? I'll have you do it because you know how. Yeah. So all I want is right here where it is fine, but we'll start.
Start from there and start from the info for her number and then go back and go down. That's what you're saying.
Oh, it doesn't show her number.
It does.
Info. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll let you do it. And then if you just kind of go not super fast so that.
I got you.
You can like, go and then stop and then you get it.
Oh, I got you. Why do you think I got the app?
Yeah. Obviously, we do a lot of that. But I think, with the new iOS update, maybe it's gone now. I think I still have. Yeah, I do have the button on my home screen.
I know that with the new update now, you can record phone calls.
I saw that.
That's pretty cool.
I thought the little thing, it was telling me someone else was recording their phone call, and then I clicked on it and said, okay, we're about to tell them you're recording. And I was like, oh, no. Anyway, very interesting.
It is so weird. And just like, honestly, her whole attitude about the whole thing, like, I didn't do anything wrong. It was so fucking weird. The whole thing. And then her parents were asking Dave to please be there. Now her dad was like, please be there for her, Dave. She's going through a lot. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, this is the messages where she kept calling me over and over, and I said, I just don't want to do it, because it's caused so many problems between me and my husband, it really has. And then her dad's like, well, if you have a 15-year-old girl at the house, wouldn't you expect Carl to fuck her? Talking about my husband, and I said, no. I would never expect my husband to fuck a kid, you fucking psycho. And I said, then if he ever did, I'd call the fucking and beat his ass. Like, it's weird. Like, the comments I've been getting from, the hell no.
Do you think she'd talk to you if you called her?
No, that bitch hates me. She hates me.
I figured that from the ending of the messages where she says, well, we won't read it, but you remember.
No, well, the Facebook one, yeah. It's so weird. I'll get recorded it and then I'll save it. So weird.
I'll turn on my ear.
Yeah, she hates me. Which, whatever, she's grasping at straws. She's got to do what she's got to fucking do, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's just, I would never be in that situation, so I couldn't even imagine.
You should be able to airdrop it now and just turn on airdrop.
Okay. Her dad texted me. I was texting, what do you expect? I said, you know what? I would expect her to be like, go put your pants on. First of all, I don't think that's how it happened. Like I said, the kids are respectful, but sorry, a kid whips out his wiener around me. I'm not going to.
He texted you that?
He texted me, like, he had his out, this and that. I don't have it on my phone, but I just have a screenshot of it on my iPad at the house, to be honest with you.
If you're okay sending that to me.
Yeah. But it has his name at the top, it doesn't have his number.
That's okay.
Okay. As long as my husband don't fucking delete. I don't think he would, but he doesn't go through my shit. But yeah, I screenshotted that.
This is tremendously helpful. And
yeah, because that's like her sideways admitting it, to be honest with you.
So that's the end of Megan's interview. What I have now is the phone call between Frank, who's David his middle name, and the police. It is audio only, so what I'll do is I'll play the body cam footage for you, and I'll have his phone call in the background. The body cam footage, there's not much that happened, which is why I haven't showed you more, but you can take a glimpse now.
Hello, this is Frank.
Hey, Mr. Yates. This is Detective Austin with the Sheriff's Office. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Hey, sorry to bother you. Do you have a moment to talk?
I do.
So I've talked to quite a few people. I think you probably know what I'm calling about.
Yes, sir.
It's my understanding that you, though you weren't wanting to talk about it at the time that the Department of Children and Families came by, you were willing to talk about the incident. Should your son go on record about it? He's gone on record in some detail. I was really hoping that I could, no matter how painful, or difficult it is to talk about, I was wondering if I could speak with you about what happened that night.
So as far as right now, is that like something that's like an official or on the record type thing,
or? What do you mean? Oh, no, I'm not going to swear you in front of me or anything. I did want to talk about what happened though.
Right. But is it like a recorded statement or?
I would be documenting what you said for sure.
Right. Yeah. And sorry I missed your call. I didn't know. I worked a night shift last night. I'm out of town and I was sleeping. I had my phone on airplane mode. And
great idea.
Obviously woke up to a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously there's some serious implications to this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to say really.
All you can say is the truth. I think that is the most important thing.
Right.
What happened the last night that your son was in your home?
So basically I came home after working a night shift and I walked in and seen someone in a compromising position, and I didn't see anything definitive, I guess you could say. And she has her story, and I can't really say. It's just going off of what she said kind of stuff. So,
did she have clothes on?
At the time, no.
Okay. Was he in the room when you walked in?
Yes.
Did he have clothes on?
Yes.
Fully clothed, or?
It happened really quick. I wasn't really. Okay. Obviously, you don't expect to come home to anything like that. But,
absolutely. No, and I understand for so many reasons why this is such an uncomfortable conversation. The last thing I want to do is, make people uncomfortable. But unfortunately, in situations like this, it's really important.
Right.
And I don't need to tell you that. I know you're a grown man. You understand that. But
yes, sir. That's basically all I can say. I know she has a lawyer and, is fully aware of the accusations and whatnot. So, I don't know if you can tell me anything as far as what's going on, or
I certainly can tell you a little bit,
okay.
but I want to make sure I understand. I mean, what is her story that she told you?
Basically that she was in a towel, went out to the living room to get her phone late at night, and he had like ripped the towel off of her, and that's when I came inside, all in that small window there, I guess you could say.
Okay, well, it's my understanding she told some other people a different story. Do you know anything about maybe other statements she would have made?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. Do you have
the biggest thing is if something is to basically, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm being, I don't know what you would say, accused, or I have 2 small kids. I'm sure you know. If something was to happen to her, I would be the only parent. I don't want to obviously have myself in any type of trouble. I did nothing wrong, but I don't.
Yeah, I'm not investigating you for a crime. I just
Right, I know, but as far as like not saying something, or I don't know how this all works or anything like that. But
well, if it turns out that I get down the road and I find out that you've point blank intimidated him to not press charges or anything like that, that would be an issue, right? But as far as you not telling me what happened, I mean, though, or at least not wanting to tell me, everything in full detail, I find that a little concerning. But
right.
It's not necessarily against the law.
Right.
I think what's most important for everybody would be to just tell the truth, the full truth from the beginning. Obviously I don't get to the point I'm at without a little bit of evidence.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so I just really wanted to, hear what you had to say. Because I have, a couple conversations where people have told me that you told them that you would be willing to tell the full story, and everything you know.
Right. And that's the thing too, is I basically told you the full story. As far as what I physically saw, but
it's my understanding there was a little bit more of a conversation that occurred between the two of you that night, where she told you a little bit more than that.
As far as Alexis telling me something?
Yes, during the argument that ensued when you got home.
Right, and that was basically me asking what the hell is going on, and like I said, going back and forth. It's like a he said, she said stuff.
So she didn't apologize.
Like who do you believe at that point, I guess?
So she didn't apologize to you and make statements along the lines of, that she was sorry and that he looks like you?
Oh, God. Is this like public record or?
So, in cases where investigations of sexual, unlawful sexual activity with minors, there's laws protecting, their information from being public record.
I mean, as far as like statements go.
As far as yeah, their information, being involved, and where he's directly involved at the incident, that would be, not public record.
Right. As far as like if it was to go to court or something, I don't. I know you understand the situation fully well.
I'm not here to embarrass you. I'm
tricky, thing.
I think that I can understand why you have cognitive dissonance about this, why losing her would represent a major upset in your life, not just as far as like your emotions, but the kids and everything that represents. But
exactly, and that's the big thing right there. I mean, that's the consequences that's going to have for my small children. So, and that's basically where have been with this whole situation.
But can you at least answer that for me? Did she make statements to that effect?
I really think maybe I should speak with a lawyer or something.
Okay. I mean, you can if you want, but I get the feeling the answer is yes if you're not telling me no.
So that's the end of Frank's interview. Now I've got the interview of her friend Mercedes. Again, this is audio only, but she's going to explain Alexis's demeanor.
Just start wherever you'd like. Tell me about the situation.
Well, so I kind of told you yesterday that when I first found out about it, we were at work. I work with her too, so that's another thing.
Down at the Villages Hospital.
Yeah, I'm a nurse too.
She's still working there?
No, they put her on suspension.
Okay.
Yeah. So that Sunday morning, she told me we were on the same unit, and she had told me that what she was being accused of and what had happened, and that she couldn't hear from her husband. She couldn't find her husband. So.
How are you?
Good, sir.
That's.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
And then she told me what had happened, that he had walked in and he had seen them, and she was on the couch and everything. So if you want to ask me questions,
absolutely.
Go ahead. You gotta leave me a little bit.
No, it's okay. I just want to hear from you.
Like I had asked her if they had had sex or anything like that. She told me no.
Did she comment about his body at all?
Yes.
What did she say to you?
That it reminded her of Dave, and that the boy had been making like advances, like kind of hitting on her throughout the week prior. So I pretty much asked her like, why were you even hanging out that late, with him? So
did she tell you like what time it was in the night?
She said it was late, like midnight or so.
Okay.
So I don't know why,
Do you remember about when this was that she was talking to you?
It was the Sunday after it happened. So I think I don't want to give exact dates. I know it was Sunday because I was camping on Saturday and she was looking for Dave, her husband.
Okay.
So I think it happened Friday night, maybe Thursday night.
Was this in June, September? Do you remember what month it was?
Oh man, I was at Grand Oaks camping, I think. It was 3 days or 4 days after it happened. It was that weekend. The boy had flown home, I think.
Did you go camping before or after the 4th of July?
I don't remember.
That's okay.
I don't remember.
That's okay.
If I have my phone, I can tell you exactly.
Obviously.
Me and him were at Grand Oaks, and we were camping up the road. We had just bought the camper. I think I bought it in June. I can't even remember when I bought the camper.
If you want to check your phone, we have time. Okay. I want to be respectful of you, obviously.
Well, I want to be accurate. I just don't want to tell you.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
How long have you known Alexis?
So I went to high school with her, but it wasn't a relationship. It was like we knew of each other, right? So then our husbands have known each other and been best friends since high school. We didn't start hanging out and developing a relationship until we both got pregnant with our sons.
Okay.
So me and Megan, you met her yesterday. Me and Megan and Alexis, we all were pregnant at the same time. So that's how we all connected. So like I know her as a mom, you know what I mean? So it's.
Did Megan tell you what she told me, or she just tell you that she spoke to me?
I didn't really talk to her because we had the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
But she told me that she spoke to you. I told her, that you had called me.
Well, and I, nobody wants to get a call from a detective, especially in these situations. I get that, but, unfortunately, when we're left with no choice, we have to, talk with absolutely everybody we can. You saw her
at work. Yeah,
so
that
would have been
morning.
like July
So she was
26th.
looking for Dave, I guess, all weekend. We had no clue what was happening until she told me at work what was going on.
Okay. What did she tell you happened? So she told you she made comments about his body. Do I understand that correctly? That he looked like Dave. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember her saying? And again, understand, I talk with people about uncomfortable things all the time. So don't feel like you're going to embarrass me, but I understand it's not fun to say. But did she get specific about it?
A young boy, so it's a little,
Yeah,
to talk about. So
I agree, but
to even say it out loud is it's just.
And I think that is the appropriate reaction. But the fact that someone said something without feeling that way about it is concerning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to know what was said.
Well, specific thing was she told me that he had a big penis. I don't know. And then she told me that it was oral only, and I asked if they had sex because that would be absolutely unforgivable to her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying the other stuff is, but it's like she was kind of a wreck at work. And I was in shock, and then I'm trying to take care of 6 patients at the same time. I mean, it's 7:30 in the morning. We had just gone on shift.
And then to have
so
this
I'm like,
yeah.
And whenever she told me, I was like, I'm like, who? Like, what? Because I've met him.
Yeah.
Before. So it's.
What was your impression of him when you met him?
I mean, he's a kid. I don't know. I didn't really have one because, I mean, I talked to him and stuff, but not really.
Was he like rude? Was he
no,
nice? Was he
no. He's a nice gentleman.
Polite, kind of like
he
his
was
father.
Polite. Yes.
His father's also very polite.
Yeah, there was nothing like that stood out. That was,
So you had this initial conversation at work.
Yes.
That would have been on the Sunday or the Monday?
Sunday.
And she made the comments you told me about. She said that she didn't have sex. It was just oral.
Mm-hmm.
Did she go into whose idea it was? Not that it's necessary.
Yeah. She was saying it was his, that he was like pressing her for the past week, and she can't believe that she did that and all that stuff.
Did she tell you this as a result of you asking her about why she was trying to find her husband, or did she just?
That's how it started. I'm pretty sure. I'm like, you're looking for Dave? And she's like, yes. And then that's how it started.
Okay. So just kind of.
And she told me then, because she was telling me she was freaking out that the family was trying to ruin her life. That his mom and his sister were reporting it and all that. So it was already escalated by Sunday, I guess, because I think the boy left it Saturday or something. I don't know the dates. I don't even know what their dates actually.
That's okay. Don't worry about the dates. It's okay.
Yeah. So, but he had left already, and they had already. He told the cousin, and that's what the point I found out was. Okay. It was already being.
People were already talking about it.
Well, yeah, because yeah. So it's just like I was trying to be there for her, even though she did this thing that I'm pregnant with my second son. If that would happen to my son, so.
You understand why people would try to protect your son if that happened to him.
Yes,
especially if
I do.
It wasn't really in a position to defend himself.
I do, and I kind of feel like guilty that that's why yesterday I called you back like a half hour, I don't know how long, but as soon as I got my kids, and I'm like, just took me a lot to process. I'm like, I can't, like, I have to sleep at night, like, I have to do the right thing and sleep at night. I have children. I mean, this kid's he's a child. Everybody's calling him a liar.
And all we can do, right, in these situations, all we can do is the right thing. And by the right thing, I just mean the truth. Just say the truth, and that's it.
Well, that's my plan.
That's all we gotta do.
That's what I'm saying here.
Yeah. And I know it's uncomfortable, and I know that you never did anything to deserve being put in the middle of this.
Well, that's what's upsetting is like, it's hard to believe still. I mean, our relationship hasn't been the same, and it's hard to get her. But
So did she talk to you after this article came out yesterday?
I told her it was out.
Okay. What did she say?
That it's a lie, and she can't believe she can't get justice for herself before they put this out, things like that.
Okay.
Because our kids all go to the same school, so I didn't know if she wanted to go to the program knowing that this article came out an hour and a half prior.
So she.
And
she
I also told
confided
her
in
I was
you-
going to talk to you because I thought she should know that.
Okay.
I didn't tell her about what or anything. She called me, but I didn't call her back. But I thought she should know what,
Yeah, I
and
figured
I'm
people
not.
talk. They know I'm going to be talking.
Well,
to people.
and it's like, hey, I'm going to talk to him, and basically I'm going to just tell him the truth.
What was her reaction to that?
Well, I said, there's a detective coming, and I want you to know. And she said, they want to talk to you about stuff you don't even know about, and it's all a lie, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That was her reaction.
Well, I'm not here to talk about any of the situation that you don't know about, any of the situation that she didn't tell you, right? Because what's important for me to understand is statements she made to you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not statements that other people have made to you about the situation, because those can all often muddy the waters, right?
Yeah, it's hearsay, right? Yeah.
And I mean, even statements she made to you is hearsay, but statements made by the defendant to other people can be admissible in court, and that's what's important for me to understand. There is, so I have her phone, and I've executed a search warrant on it, and there's parts of it that I have, and parts of it I won't be able to get for a while until the software gets updated. The way that it works is when people have updated phones, and her phone was completely updated, it takes a while for the software to catch up, right? And to get everything completely off the phone. So I have quite a few pieces, but I'm missing, I have your conversation for a while, but I don't have it right around the time that this all happened. Did she ever make any statements to you over
I don't
text?
think so.
What about in the group chat? Because the group chat picks up for me a little bit after, but not around the time. Is there anything else about the situation that you're thinking about, that anyone's told to you, that you think would be important for me to know?
I don't think so.
Did anyone tell you what to say today?
No.
No.
Nobody tells me.
These are standard questions.
I
Did
know.
anyone?
Am I being recorded?
What's that?
Am I being
I
recorded?
record everything I do.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I don't need to take notes. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just important for me to know if there are people trying to influence what witnesses say.
No, this is on my own accord.
Okay. I understand.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Would I have to testify through all this? Would my name be out there? That was my hesitation yesterday, is because that's my biggest fear. Is like, here I am. I got attached to this against my own will. I don't know. I just feel like I got just tarnished, nasty thing, and I just don't want to be associated
with
my
any of it?
name anywhere. My job, I'm well known in my job and for good reason, and I don't want, the internet is the devil. I have a lot of concerns about any of this. So can you tell me what my role would be in the future with this? Could you give me a little insight so I can have a little piece? Because the unknown really,
I think that's a really fair question. So,
especially considering you just asked me about the phone conversation.
So, as a general rule, when cases are closed, right, they can be subject to public disclosure.
Yeah.
Now, there's something called Murphy's Law, and there have been so many changes
with Marcy's Law and with the case law around it and with child hearsay. That it's hard for me, especially I'm not a lawyer, so I can't say one way or another. I can't say whether or not you'd be asked to testify.
Okay.
I can tell you that I've seen them use recordings in court, and I've seen them use witnesses in court. But ultimately, in situations like this, all I ask is that people, if they're physically able, they just tell the truth. They're not on anybody's side. But if the facts are on the side of a child who can't defend themselves,
No, of course.
I would rather inconvenience 100 people to protect them. To tell you where my where I'm at, if that's because my job, right, is I start by believing, and then I gather evidence, and if the evidence says this didn't happen, then obviously the believing is not there anymore when the facts and circumstances show that. But in cases like this where we're gathering evidence and it's showing very much that what he disclosed and what she disclosed, happened, then it's my job to help that child so that they're not continuously called a liar when all the facts and circumstances.
I understand.
So I can't make you any promises, but I can tell you that the state attorney's office makes those decisions, and they will take things into account, and they'll have that conversation with you before decisions are made.
So that's the end of Mercedes' interview. Let me give you the outcome of this case. So Alexis, she came to a plea deal. She has to serve 2 years in state prison, 2 years of community control, 10 years of probation under sex offender supervision, no contact with the victim directly or indirectly for the duration of her sentence. What the hell? So after 2 years, she can contact him? No, should be a lifetime ban. 200 hours of community service. She was ordered to pay $1,000 worth of fines. What's that gonna do? $150 felony charge? $7.50 felony surcharge? What the hell? Sounds like a tip at a restaurant. So yeah, she's currently in jail. She gets out in 2 years. Comment, tell me what you think.